If you want to praise with me, let's lift up the name. Jesus, Jesus, to give him all his, but how I live, he deserves every bit of me. I can feel and see, it wouldn't be enough. He went through for us. They did to him, just a word from his mouth would have erased him. But he stayed for us all. Never let me down through all I face. Cause of his grace, won't turn it down. Let's praise him now. If you wanna praise again, let's lift up the name that'll set you free. And if you wanna praise with me, let's lift up the name that'll set you free. Jesus, what's that name, y'all? Come on. What's that name? Yeah. The name above all names. In this world, the Lord deserves praise from every boy and girl. From the mountains high to the valley low, the love of God doesn't flow. And so just, he made a way for us to sit with him in glory. How I adore thee. So sad. And so sad. The sin I did, but I'm thankful you didn't leave me to dying in. What a day when you came, knocking at my heart and you brought change. You brought life, and ever since then I've been praising Christ. And if you wanna praise with me, let's lift up the name that'll set you free. And if you wanna praise with me, let's lift up the name that'll set you free. Jesus, what is it, y'all? Come on. Jesus. Left his throne just for me. Cause simply put, that's me through and through. That's the brand new single, Jesus. And for those of you that haven't heard it, you can check that out on the new release, Praising the Key of Christ. I want to thank those that have thrown it into their playlists, and it's doing pretty good on the streaming right now, and I praise God for that, and I thank you guys. It's been a while since I got a chance to fellowship with you guys like this, and this is definitely a blessing, and it's my prayer and my wish that your year has started off as well as it can be. And for those that are in prayer, just get in the comments, let me know, and we're definitely going to keep you lifted. A couple of things to talk about today before we get into the freestyle. As I'm sure by now, unless you've been living out in the woods, you've seen what happened in our nation's capital earlier this week. And I was just as shocked as I'm sure, a lot of you guys were at what took place. It's like a lot of people had already been in a position of feeling like, blacks aren't treated differently. Everything is, not as dire as we speak on it. And if watching the videos of how the police treatment and interaction with the Black Lives Matters rallies that have taken place in our country, if you just go, you don't have to take my word for it, just take your time and go back and look at those videos. You had people that were just standing in the street looking at the officers getting maced, getting shot with rubber bullets, getting billy clubs. And here it is. We had a pack of white Trump supporters storming our nation capital with Confederate flags, and the officers were opening the door and ushering them in. And then they opened the door and ushered them out. If with your own eyes you don't see the mistreatment that is going on in our country, it's because you don't want to see it. It's plain as day. But the sad part is when we have Black Lives Matter rallies and Walmarts and Targets get broken into and they get looted, it's, oh, that's terrible. They should be punished to the max of the law. And when you have white Trump supporters looting, breaking the law, and criminalizing their protests, the same people sit quietly. Where's the righteousness and the justice in that? I think that this is something that happened, God allowed it to happen because it's time for America to reflect. A lot of inner reflection needs to take place. The leadership is where we need to start as far as, making and holding people accountable. We can get those that, did what they did in the Capitol, but if we arrest all of them or remove them, we still have the leadership that made all of this even something that they could do. Because in all reality, what we seen the other day shouldn't even have been possible. No matter what the color of the protesters was, no one should have been able to storm the Capitol of the United States and do what was done the other day. The only reason that that was done is because it was permitted and it was allowed by the Trump administration. That should be something that should be disheartening. It's something that should be upsetting, no matter which party you in. It's something that you should have a problem with, whether you saved, whether you're not saved. These are things that, when you look at how some of the leaders of our country were terrorized, you had someone who was in the leadership from Maryland calling his governor saying, can you send the National Guard to help us? They were not allowed to come in because they didn't have permission. But yet, those of you who support Donald J. Trump, the man who got on the video and told you guys that, he immediately ordered the National Guard to come in, that was a lie. These are facts. It's not opinion. It was a lie. You have people calling outside for help and could not get it because the Trump administration had not given permission for them to come in. And it went on for at least over an hour and a half, this jockeying back and forth of, we can't move, we can't come help you because we got to be given permission, just because of the way the District of Columbia is structured and set up. If the president can be in Washington, D.C. and send the feds and vans and snatching Black Lives Matter protesters up off the streets all the way in Portland, he can send them out there to protect the federal buildings in all these other cities. No one has asked themselves, why did he not have that same vigor? Why did he not have that same energy when it came to protecting one of the most treasured federal buildings in this country? It's like, you look at the videos, like I said, it's not even about just taking what I'm saying. You go back and you look at the videos of the law enforcement. Remember, this is the law and order president. You go back and look at the videos of the law enforcement presence in places like Kenosha and Portland, and then go back and look at the video of the law enforcement presence at the Capitol. I think it's plain to see that the door was left wide open for what happened, for it to happen. That's disgusting. It's like, 1 minute, you don't want to acknowledge what's really right in front of your face, but at some point you have to. all of this is stemming over a vote. We have people storming the capital of our country, committing crimes over a vote. But yet, when you stand up for Black lives that are being taken of unarmed individuals, you told that's wrong. You should love the police anyway. But storming the Capitol, doing treasonistic activities, trying to do a coup, it's like there's no comparison. It's like we're standing up for injustice. It's about speaking about this officer, whether he's a good officer or bad, or this officer took the life of someone who could not have hurt him in a deadly manner, period. Even if he wanted to, there should be an accountability for that. I don't understand the thinking and the rationale around not wanting that to be so. If you have a police officer who shoots and kills someone who doesn't even have a pack of bubble gum on him, he should be held accountable for that. He shouldn't be able to say, oh, I thought he had a weapon. Because there's many a times in the ghetto, in the hood, those murders can be explained the same way. I had beef with him, so when he came running over, I thought he had a gun, so I shot and killed him. Why come American citizens can't walk into court and use that same? We're in the violence more than the police officers are. Why can't we just walk into court and say, Your Honor, I feared for my life. I thought he was going to kill me. Why isn't it that simple? But for police officers, they've been given this sanction to just shoot and kill. You don't have to talk to them. If you're scared, shoot them. Ask questions later. I still have yet to have anybody explain to me how you mistake a cell phone for a pistol. More times than not, we have these officers that are being trigger happy. And it has nothing to do with whether he's a good guy or a bad guy. Like for me, the issue is just accountability. If you make a mistake, he should be held accountable for that. It's not about defunding the police. We need the police. I want them to have every resource possible. But I want to have a group of officers out here that care enough about the areas that they're policing, that they're not just coming in gun blazing because they don't live here. And they just leave in a cloud of smoke, jump back in their trucks, laughing and hoo-hawing, and go back to where they got to go from. And then the community is left here to pick up all this pain, to deal with all these tears. This was all over a vote. And a little thing to bring to you guys' attention, they talked about Pennsylvania. They said it was rigged. But Pennsylvania's legislature, which is Republican, the bill for the voting structure, which was developed, put together, and passed by the Republicans, was all in place during this election. So if you think about it, the Republicans are accusing the Democrats of stealing, rigging, and cheating during an election that is set up, laid out, and put together by them. That shouldn't make sense to anybody. Not only that, so if we stole the election from Donald J. Trump, what about all the other Republicans on the ticket? How are they saying that their elections was free and clear and everything was fair? If we were going to steal an election, or if anyone was going to steal an election, don't matter whether you're Republican or Democrat, why would they stop at the president? Why not just go ahead and let's get the DAs, let's go ahead and get the senators, the judges? Why not steal the whole election? So it really makes no sense to say that, oh, they stole the presidency, but they left everything else alone. They didn't want no Senate seats. We don't want no judges. We just want the president. That's illogical. That makes no sense. Over 60, and it's more than that, but over 60 cases were presented in the courts all over America with Trump appointed judges. Not one of these cases proved or led any of the justices to believe that there was proof that this election was stolen or that the wrongdoing was something that needed to be looked into. How do you just dismiss that but go with a tweet? Because he puts out a tweet that says they took it from me. That's all you need. He didn't never prove no point. Even on his phone call, his inappropriate phone call to the gentleman in Georgia, he said the rumor is that they did this. The rumor? You guys are out here following a man that's trying to lead the country from Twitter and is basing his information on rumors and what other people are telling him. And there's never no facts. There's never been any facts, nothing concrete, nothing that you could lay down and use as evidence. How is that not a problem? You can't just continue to just sit there and look at his Twitter feed and be like, okay, that's the gospel right there. Okay, just because he said it, that makes it so. It shouldn't be that easy, America. It shouldn't be that easy. No matter how we look at different things, we're all brothers and sisters in Christ. At the end of the day, one of the biggest commandments is to love your neighbor, love your brother. Love. Not want to cut his head off and put a noose on him because he doesn't agree with your political stance or because he's not a part of your political party. The depths of which this country has come to should be a problem, because here it is, we have people that were labeled protesters one minute, but domestic terrorists the next. The minute they ran up those steps, they became domestic terrorists in every sense of the definition of the word. You can look it up. There was an attempted coup in the United States of America. This is not Iran. This is what come on. In America, there was an attempted coup. And then you can hear them on the videos talking about next time we coming back with guns. And like this was a trial run. They looted. They killed the police officer. Now remember, this is the law and order people. This is the people that believe in listening to, the officers. And where did you see any of that? So it's like their rationale was, we're upset about the vote, so we don't have to obey the law. But here it is, when you have Black Lives Matter, and we out here pleading for justice, and we get upset and bust a window or start a fire, there's no understanding. There's no, okay, we get where you're coming from. We can understand your pain, but we're supposed to understand the pain and the anger behind losing an election. An election can be ran again. You can pursue that office at another time. When you have a police officer take the life of an unarmed Black man, that cannot be undone. Can't redo that. But they keep wanting to throw money at the situation, when the simple solution is just making our police officers more accountable for their actions. That's it. I believe that if they knew that they were going to be held accountable for the choices that they're out here making in these communities, we'll see a whole lot more policing and a whole lot less slaughter. They're slaughtering us in these inner cities. And I know sometimes that's hard for you to see when you live in the suburbs and you rarely see a police car. but they're slaughtering us in the inner cities, and no one is being held accountable for it. Case after case after case, officer after officer after officer. No charges, no charges, no charges. When is it enough? When do we say enough is enough for that? I'm very, very happy to hear people saying enough is enough for Trump, but when do we say enough is enough? You know, we have my Christian brothers and sisters, my evangelical Christian brothers and sisters that say they like him because he's, you know, he's pro-life. God doesn't stop caring about us once we come out the womb. Where are all these pastors at and all of these evangelicals when they out here shooting unarmed people? God cared about that too. You should be up and at arms at any loss of life that should not be taking place. One of the biggest things that has bothered me, and I was talking to Pastor Chris, and he reminded me when the word speaks about the Antichrist. And so it's like I've always been puzzled by how are so many Christians and minorities following Donald Trump. I'm like, I mean, everybody hears what he says, but why does it affect some people more than it does others? And Pastor Chris reminded me where the Bible speaks about this. See, and that's the beauty of God. You see, there's things that are happening right now today that he spoke on in his word that was written so long ago. That shows you how much he loves you, that he hasn't just left us out here to have to fend for ourselves. He's already spoken on the things that we're experiencing right now. Today, I want to share with you guys Matthew 24, verse 23 through 27. And the word reads as such. Then if anyone says to you, look, here is Christ, or there he is, do not believe it. For false Christs and false prophets will arise and perform great signs and wonders, so as to lead astray, if possible, even the elect. See, I have told you beforehand. So if they say to you, look, he is in the wilderness, do not go out. If they say, look, he is in the inner rooms, do not believe. For as the lightning comes from the east and shines as far as the west, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. Wherever the corpse is, there the vultures will gather. Trump is just a man. No one who knows you guys don't even have this same energy for Jesus. You guys ain't standing up and climbing the Capitol and running the school board meetings when they take prayer out. You guys ain't even riding for Jesus like this, but you riding for this man like this. Come on now. That's not Christ-like. And I'm praying for you. I'm praying for our country. With that said, I pray that you guys enjoy the rest of your week. And we're going to go ahead and get into this praise session. Uh-oh. Let's get it. They can try to do it, but they won't find. I took a little time just to speak my mind. I hope it's okay, because I don't play. But the Lord told me to send it your way. So they want to try to break down, take a look. But I think Trump is banned from Twitter, Facebook. How many other things can he get left? While we doing what we doing, but there's been a theft. See, they sat him in the seat out in D.C. but he did what he did to both you and me. Real talk, understand, see the way you walk. While we doing some left outline in chalk, but they want to try to get it, see we need peace. So the Lord said, son, never ever cease. So we gonna keep doing till it's all done. And I'ma keep repping the king till he really comes. So they wanna fall down, see I know the plan. And the plan was for me to try to follow man. I'ma try to follow the order that's in the book. See, I know that some of y'all is really feeling shook. See, they wanna try to get it, but they feeling this. But the Lord said, get your little stimulus. But they wanna try to get it, they never spent. But when you get it, are you giving your 10%? It was a blessing, came to learn a lesson. When it comes to it, man, ain't really no guessing. We gonna be the ones getting left and tell them what they saw, cause we praising God out here in Utah. Got them loving what they need and they want to find. Oh yeah, for the kingdom, I'm on a grind. Love to put it down, tell them what they really do. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, Christ loves you. It doesn't matter, you sitting there up in your body. Christ loves you all, doesn't matter what your party. So they want to put it down with his creation. And he done sent you down here for denominations. He said he's coming back for the whole church. That's your body, that means you while you doing work. What he gonna try to find you doing? Don't let him come and your temple's ruined. Real talk, man. Following the plan. COVID's out here, but it's time to take a stand. Doing what we doing, got our hands on the task. Quit playing hard, go ahead and wear a mask. Many done died, I testify. I'm telling y'all now, man, Trump done lied. Real talk, man, see this COVID is real. It's time for y'all to stand up and truly see the deal. Oh man, we gonna get busy, unthought. My kids felt pain, lost their grandma. Yeah, COVID, they came and hit home, but you gotta understand it's time to be strong. Stand in this word, stand right here. I'm on this platform, man, and I wish y'all was near. We gonna keep it so clear, keep it so great, but I'm here to let you know that for the end, can't wait. When he telling me to spit at the gate. Oh yeah, I know that some of y'all can relate, and this will be the stuff that you can bump all week. When it comes down to it, we gonna keep it concrete. Standing, cause he's so demanding, but that's all right, the enemy's underhanded. And we gonna get it like this, go berserk. And you don't need 4 walls for you to have church. And that's how they put it down, listen to that sound. And that's what we doing when we gather around. But where we wanna gather, make sure that you breathe. And this is the thing, cause I want y'all to lead. I want you to succeed, want you to go. And these are some things that you need to grow. Let Christ be the lead. Tell them what they need. And this is what we doing in this world full of greed. Love to fall down, listen to the sound. But I love how you stand up and raise them up now. And when they want to get it, causing a disaster. Each and every one of y'all need to find a pastor. Find you a church home. Get it out there on your own. Did what you had to do. He'll never leave you alone. I mean, they want to try to get it and they drop bombs. Send a shout out to the homie just lost his mom. Oh yeah, when they get it and they need to go. This is be the type of thing. Pay attention to the flow. See, gotta be the reason for the season. Please understand right now who you believe in. Thank you guys for coming to fellowship with me. Stay prayed up and keep it Jesus.